Players, formations, plays. We won't deviate from the identity of Chalk Talk. We haven't for 6 years, and I'm not going to in some of the biggest moments of this season for the Seahawks. And to me, a lot of critical plays in this game, and could have broke down really a half dozen of them offensively and defensively. But I'm going to lean in on the quarterback because everybody seems to be in town talking about Viva La Mexico and the trip and getting away for the bye week. And you knew the pressure was going to be on Russell to have to go in there and perform. And unfortunately, well, his counterpart on the other side outperformed him in critical moments and when it mattered the most. And to me, this was probably the most critical error Russell's had in a long time. This is a CE on the grade sheet, one you never want to see, especially when you have to have it, and especially after he made some brilliant plays on this drive. So to add some context, this is 1st and 10 at the Arizona 45, down a field goal with 7 minutes. This was a drive that started their own 9, where Russell gets out the gate, makes a phenomenal play, improvising to Doug Baldwin. He comes back on the play right before this and throws a beautiful little comeback to Doug on the sidelines. And you're set up with 7 minutes to go, down a field goal. You've kind of stemmed some of the momentum after they drove down and scored, and you've put yourself in a position for success. And a couple things should stand out to you. Players, formations, plays. Players, formations, plays. Get Russell into a situation where he gets a one-on-one and he can take a shot down the field. I still love that in his game as much as anything. Formationally, you come off this completion of Doug Baldwin, and you're seeing the Seahawks do this. You're seeing him, and immediately on the TV copy, in the coach's copy, you'll see Russell get the guys to the line. He wants to keep that group that's on the field on the play, for the previous play, on the field for the next play. You saw it earlier in the year, a big play against Detroit where he improvised and he comes back and he hits Doug Baldwin on a seam. Well, once again, he's feeling it. So he goes up tempo. He gets the guys to the line of scrimmage in a formation, a 3-by-1, okay, 3 receivers to 1 receiver. That's a 3-by-1 set to try to get Arizona to declare what they're going to do. And he gets everything he wants. So from the operation of this drive, A+. The operation of getting everybody set, A+. Diagnosing what he is going to ultimately get, which is going to be a 6-man pressure from the Arizona Cardinals, a blitz, and then getting to a 6-man protection for him to get a hat on a hat and block everybody up. A+, A+, A+. Ultimately, you get some of the routes you want. Okay, you're going to get Doug Baldwin in man coverage running off. You get a safety out of the middle of the field, and he's going to cover Chris Matthews and be leaning this way. And here's the choice that Russell Wilson gets. In this moment, this play comes down to, and a critical play comes down to a decision of where do I go with the ball. I've got one-on-ones across the board. I've got 6 to block 6. Everybody gets a hat on a hat initially. Where do I want to go on 1st and 10? Do I want to throw an out route to Jimmy Graham with inside leverage where he's going to win? Do I want that? Or do I want Tyler Lockett on their lesser corner in a one-on-one? And you'll see him signal. If you watch the TV copy, you'll see Russell signal to Tyler, just between him, quarterback and wide receiver, to go after this matchup. Again, that's a choice you make. You got to live with it. A+, A+, A+. And then here's the fail. Here's the critical error. Ball gets snapped. You get decent protection. In fact, Gary Gilliam does a wonderful job. Everybody gets a hat on a hat. And this corner, unfortunately, on this route that they run, it's a little about 12, 15-yard in cut, sits. He squats. He sits right on it. He's not fearful that Tyler's going to run by him, and it's too bad they don't have a go route on because this guy is just squatting. He is just guessing. He is just going to sit right on this route. And if Tyler runs by him, this ball's up in the air, safety's out. He's out of the middle of the field, could be a touchdown. Instead, he squats. He sits right on it. What do you have to do in that moment on 1st and 10? You have to throw it at his feet. You have to chuck it. Okay, so you win on 1st down. I got 3 more downs. I got plenty of time. And instead, and this is where Russell tries to, that double-edged sword of improvising, and where you love it sometimes and you hate it against the blitz. Well, he doesn't see it. He doesn't have it. So he starts to scramble. Oh, it's a 6-man pressure. Oh, Patrick Lewis, leaks a little protection. He tries to get out. He can't get out. Al Michaels says he throws it all the way to Puyallup, and it's intentional grounding. And 1st and 10 turned into 2nd and 23, which turned into a check down to 3rd and 15, which turned into get off the field and ultimately give Arizona the ball to go down and score a touchdown and end the game. That's what it is in this game, unfortunately. And these were the plays in critical moments in his career in the 4th quarter where you didn't see a critical error, where he made the right decisions. In order for this team to somehow win the next 6 and somehow get back in the conversation of a legitimate playoff team, critical errors have to be eliminated at the most critical junctures of these games.